Are you the pilot?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, can I put you on camera? Do you mind? Hold on, just like that. Do you know anything about chemtrails?
No. Okay, yeah. Just a question to you. Hello.
Hi.
Do you speak English?
Sure, what do you need?
Okay, just a question. Do you know what is a chemtrail?
The what?
A chemtrail.
I do know what a chemtrail is.
Yeah.
About the chemtrail generator.
Oh.
Let's make sure that thing is working. We're going to check this out. Oh, look at that. They're working. They're working. You can see the chemtrails coming out of the engines here.
I had to take a picture
Oh,
of
that's cool.
my neighbor. You get it, so I see.
Chemtrail jam, doing a video. Chemtrail generators are on. And yeah, there it is. Look, you can see them. Oh, hey, that's awesome. It's working.
You know what they are?
I've heard of them. I don't know what they are.
Okay.
I've heard of it. I don't know what they are.
You don't know what it is?
Goodbye. Thanks for this.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Goodbye. Thank you. And is it true?
Well, there's a big debate.
Yeah.
Are you filming me?
Maybe. Okay. No.
I want to go on record for that.
Okay. No, but do you believe it? I don't know.
The contrails that don't dissipate.
The ones that I see generally just.
You don't see the long lingering ones that...
Yeah, I see those.
Do they make you sign a waiver that you're not allowed to talk about what goes on in the sky? What?
No, not at all. Yeah, but because I saw a lot of videos on the internet, and it looks believable.
Well, it's arguable both ways, I think.
Yeah?
Depends on which side you're on, but...
Yeah.
Not coming out of the engines, it's coming out of aerosol units on the aircraft. In the very beginning, the early days, the aircraft were flying relatively low, 10,000 feet or below, and they were developing the program. They were mostly contract aircraft, mostly CIA aircraft. Now the program has been expanded, and commercial airliners have been outfitted with aerosol units that are controlled through computer systems and satellites to dispense a barium salt mixture. It's a mixture of barium salt, not coming out of the engine. It's coming out of aerosols. And we have checked on information. We do confirm that the name of the project is Project Cloverleaf in the aircraft industry. It is very secretive. It is the most secretive thing I have ever encountered. People have died over this, talking about it. I listened to your broadcast just a few minutes ago. The general was on saying that he is very patriotic and he feels compelled to speak out, and that's exactly the same way I feel. I am very patriotic. I was born before the Second World War. I'm an old guy. And I come from that generation and that mindset. This is my country. And I see my country being dissolved. My country is being destroyed right in front of my eyes. And the people are being hurt. And that's why I consented to be on your radio program today. I know you will remember that you've asked me many times to do this, and I've been very reluctant. But it's time. It's time to speak out and go public with these things.
Well, that is correct. I have asked AC to be on this program many, many times, and you do this, I think, with a considerable amount of... Oh, absolutely. There's no question in my mind. I talked with you about a discussion I had with a military member who admitted to me, well, first of all, he did not believe that there was such a program. However, he was stationed at one of the bases where I knew some of the operations were taking place on this aerosol clouding or aerosol dispersion or whatever you want to call it.
For the United States Navy. He was Chief of Naval Operations. Well, unexpectedly one night he decided to suicide himself in his house, and he shot himself twice in the chest with a shotgun.
That's quite a feat.
Yes, it is. Now, he was the Chief of Naval Operations, and he opposed the Chemtrail project. Then the Chemtrail project started after Admiral Borda was replaced. Jeremiah Borda. He was a dedicated man. He was a sincere man. He was a good man. So you're seeing a picture of how this thing operates. The CIA and the aerosol program, the pilots probably don't know what they're doing. The crews that put it in, they have no idea what it was for. We believe that it was sold to governments as global warming fix. We believe that, but it wasn't. Here's what it was about. It was about a sub-program, making a sub-program in a Navy program called the Variable Terrain Radio Parabolic Equation, VTRPE, Function over Land Terrain. That's what it's about. That is what it's about. You've heard all kinds of explanations for 7 or 8 years, but it's for the VTRPE.
Why don't you
repeat? It's part of the Radio Frequency Mission Planner. It's a system. It's a computer system, RFMP, Radio Frequency Mission Planner, and the VTRPE programs are a sub-program within that system. And it was first put on the Enterprise and aircraft carriers for battlefield imaging. The system would not work over land terrain adequately, or accurately rather, without creating a ducting of radio waves over land terrain, and they use the mixture of barium salt to do that. And that enables the whole system to function. It is the system that the United States uses in Afghanistan and Iraq, and probably will use in Iran and some of the other applications. And that's what it's about. It's about the VTRPE. I see we're running out of time, and there's several things that I've just got to mention to you. Now, within the Navy program, we see DARPA, Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, and they're into biologicals, and that's where Clifford shines. He has identified many very harmful biologicals coming out of the aerosols.
And, of course, you're speaking of Clifford Carnicom.
Clifford Carnicom, yes.
Aware, and that's carnicom.com. That's CARNICOM.com.
We have the greatest admiration for Clifford, and we have admiration for Scott, the weatherman, too. Scott Stevens, he's a man of conviction. We admire him for that. Yes. So DARPA is involved, and DARPA is involved in spraying cities. We caught them spraying Asheville, North Carolina several years ago with a substance called BCTP, developed under one of their contracts at the University of Michigan, and it's an anti-anthrax. So that was one of the first that we saw coming out of the aircraft. They brought them in and sprayed the city. Strange, Art Bell's mother lived in Asheville, North Carolina, and he talked about it on the air, although he didn't fully understand it. We are in a desperate time, and people are oblivious to it.
Well, I'm afraid that you're right on the oblivious part, because people cannot believe that this country would do that because of the facade of, oh, we care about your freedom and we're there for you, and we want to provide the most strong military to protect you. And they hate freedom, and that's why they're after us, and all these phony things that we have been fed. But, you know, there is a paper that was done, and I really appreciate receiving this. It was a thesis by Matthew Doggett that, as I understand, is not on the Internet, about about the documentation behind what you're talking about here with respect to this project. And I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, it's called an atmospheric sensitivity and validation study of the variable terrain radio parabolic equation model, or the VTRPE, as A.C. Griffith was just discussing. Now, can you just help us understand? That's a big title: atmospheric sensitivity and validation study of the variable terrain radio parabolic equation model. What is, sir, and I have to, excuse me for asking this, but what is VTRPE?
It is a sub-program, a computer program within the radio frequency mission planner system that's key to battlefield operations. It is key. We cannot fight wars without that. At a kitchen table with a person about a year ago that had retired from the CIA, and they said to me, she said to me, they do something bad to us, we have to do something twice as bad to them. They do something 3 times as bad, we have to do something 4 times in order to survive and keep the country together and keep the people alive. And we turn into real bastards doing this, you know. And the American people are not aware that is the reality of survival in this country, you know, and they are very critical. There are no total black, total white. It's 1,000 shades of gray in between. And I dare say if some of the people, or you or I, were president of the United States and responsible for the lives of 300 million people, we would probably be doing the same things, and we would be criticized just like our government. There is no easy way to do these things. Military is designed to kill and break. It's not designed to be politically correct. You know, we're coming into difficult times. Our country is being taken away from us, and the people are allowing it because of political correctness. There are quite a few stories that will make your hair curl. As we make it through each day, we should give thanks to God that we've made it another day. There are no guarantees. Most of the conversation I hear on the internet and on the radio is foolishness. What I've told you is true. If you've noticed, I'm not selling anything. In fact, I didn't want to do this for years and years, and here I am because it's time. It's time to speak out. It's time to be doing things. And through Joyce's patience and tolerance of me, here I am today. Everything I've said to you is true. I have not distorted or lied about anything that we've discussed here.
My name is Dane Wigington from geoengineeringwatch.org, and our purpose of our site is to expose the issue of global climate engineering, otherwise termed as geoengineering. We are virtually under assault right now. It's not alarmism, it's not exaggeration. This type of weather modification is a changing experiment, and we are again part of that experiment. Russian scholar warns of secret U.S. climate change weapon. We have Russia engaged in this as well. We also have China, and this is one of the reasons why it's so hard to get. We'll go into that deeper later, but again, semantics, extremely important. Climate engineering, geoengineering. Scientific terms leads people to science, leads to credibility. Who's running things? Psychopaths run the world. This is not an exaggeration. We have 4% of society is clinically psychopathic. That 4% ends up in positions of power, inevitably, because they'll do things that you or I won't do. So we have what appears to be a very small group of incredibly psychotic people that literally run the planet. And I would not have believed this 20 years ago, but after that many years of research, you simply can't come to another.
Sehen wir ein großes Gebiet mit seltsam feststehenden Wolken. So kann man unter anderem hier und hier Wellen und Rippen erkennen, die fest an ihrem Platz bleiben, ganz wie festgehalten. Oder gerade hier produziert. Von unten betrachtet sieht das Ganze dann so aus. Die Wolkenbänder weichen nicht von der Stelle. Mehr noch, man kann die Welle förmlich sehen, die in dieses Bild passen würde. Wellenbereiche mit unterschiedlichen Drücken könnten diese Wolke hervorrufen. Temperatur bleibt über viele Stunden so stabil, dass wir unsere Welle unverändert einfügen können.